Dear friends, have you ever heard the good news of shapeshifting Christ? There are a number of hints in the Bible, but in this Epiphany season, let us look at the Bethlehem star. There are many scientific explanations of Bethlehem star, of course, that it was a supernova or a comet or special planetary conjunction. All of that is, frankly, a lame attempt to rationalize a deeply meaningful religious legend. And here, please bear with me. We will start by going back to Gospel of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 9, and the last stage of Magi's journey. They are on their last leg from Jerusalem to Bethlehem. And then we read something like this. And look, the star which they saw in the east led them forward until it came to stop over the place where the child was. Frankly, that is not a description of a behavior of any regular celestial object. Come on. The star acts on its own, with its own volition. This is not astronomy. This is a legend. This is a proper religion. It starts to make even better sense when we consider the revelation of the Magi, which is an ancient Syriac writing. It isn't as old as Gospel of Matthew, but it is pretty old. It goes back to the 2nd or 3rd century and can provide us with valuable insights and background. And it is a captivating reading also, almost like a modern mystery novel. These Magi are members of an ancient order of mystics from the easternmost edge of the inhabited world, the land called Shir. And many hints are showing that it might be either China or Japan. They reside and guard the cave of the treasures of hidden mysteries, residing in mystical mountains. There are groves, there are springs for purification rituals. They are passing on the prophecy from one generation to another. They are keepers of the treasure in that cave, but also keepers of an ancient prophecy about the appearance of the star which would announce the birth of God in a human form. Finally, one day the star appears, and a pillar of bright light shines and fills their cave. For a moment, that star even takes shape of a small luminous human being, and in that form instructs Magi to journey west. And then the star guides and leads them step by step, making their journey easier and faster. They go from their homeland in Shir to Bethlehem. And in Bethlehem, the star enters the cave and transforms again into a luminous, this time infant Jesus. Magi worship him, hand over their gifts, and are instructed to journey back and wait for Christ's messenger. And indeed, that is what happens. Eventually, Judas Thomas arrives to their land and baptizes them and gives them first communion and makes them missionaries to the land of Shir. This is clearly an ancient legend. It is also obviously younger than the Gospel of Matthew, but predating the association of Magi with Persia. That's our understanding. And predating also association of Apostle Thomas with India. This legend is older than all these two aspects. At the center of this ancient Asian Christian legend is this shape-shifting Christ, who appears to different Magi in different forms, who appears as a star or as a luminous child, who appears in the cave of treasures far east, while at the same time being born in the cave in Bethlehem, is present in Bethlehem while leading Magi on their journey. Well, yes, it is clearly a later development of that legend. But in the Gospel of Matthew, we have its early rudimentary stage. And the shape-shifting, omnipresent, universal Christ brings us this tolerant, inclusive form of this Far East version of early Christian faith. And that is something you might not know about the Bible and its surprising legends. Now, join us this Sunday to be inspired, encouraged, and empowered by the message about the bright light in the darkness, that light accompanying us on the difficult journeys of our lives and leading us towards universal, tolerant, inclusive Christian faith.